Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Logitech G Ready to Play series in Bangladesh with a prize pool of 70k. And it's going to be your boy Chris here bringing you all of the action today. Though we have a pretty banger of a set for you. Sadly, the other matches were not able to be streamed. A couple of issues when it came down to the drivers of AMD and also Nvidia. A lot of players couldn't start their games, and we as casters also had the same issue. We couldn't stream it all, but for now, we still have three incredible games for you, regardless, going up against one side and the other. ZeusaberZ against Dreadnought will be a pretty interesting one because both teams are very evenly matched when it comes down to their skill levels here in this particular instance. As we do jump on down over towards the game, I'm really excited to see exactly what the members of Dreadnoughts have in store for us, because ZeusaberZ historically will have a much more favorable fight because of the level of experience that these players have. But being young talent in any way, shape, or form, we know for a fact that Dreadnoughts can always perform and they can go far beyond their own capabilities to take down their opposition. And this is what we're really hoping to see. Possibly a resurgence of the Dreadnoughts that we have been missing for a pretty long time. They have a tendency of making a lot of mistakes, especially from the side of ZeusaberZ. So, you know, it's a 50-50 split. One side can perform admirably while the other end just falls a tiny little bit too short. And hopefully they don't do that here, because Dreadnoughts, they know how to capitalize on top of mistakes, and they can also build upon a lot of the comebacks that a lot of the other teams cannot. Looking for a bit more of a switcher than we would have expected here, but again, this will take nothing out of the ordinary on that regard. Let's just see how it goes. Very standardized compositions from both sides. One end not opting to go in for the initiator, instead relying on brute force firepower to get their way through a lot of these sidelines. It is very admirable, to say the very least, what they're really going in for. But again, admirability versus the timing that they could be in for is a little bit questionable. But I guess it can all pan out. Slow takeover on towards the other end. Offline not playing his usual raise on this particular map is a slight bit of an anomaly, but I guess it's okay. Shadow waiting for that first initial little bit of noise to be given away. That's the angle, that's the timing. Simply a flash to slow down the push, but they're not going to go for anything. Possibly a shot coming in from Shadow. Ice not playing the breach, a very dominant breach player, a Judgment coming in from the side to get a tap onto the first. And now Roy, I do believe he's just royally screwed. Yep. Boosted Ward's going to come around the corner with the classic right to take down one, but Ice, my god, an absolute beast in these type of situations. He's trying to do what he can to try and survive. Here comes another one. Kyochi's going to be good for another. And at this end, it's just about the cleanup duty. One by one, they find the frags, they find the kills. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all that you need to take it over. Nicely done. Good round, and a good start to this wrestling.
Everywhere.
Another round starter for them to try and work with. Not gonna be working out. Roy's gonna get caught out from the back end. Does find the first initial kill, but immediately Boosted's gonna be able to find a refrag. That refrag alone does nullify a lot of the advantages that the defenders could have had. If they were able to maybe pick up that Spectre, things could have looked a little bit better for them, but currently it looks to be a slight bit more favorable for the attack, because losing that one member did nullify their manpower. But at this point on this eco round, they're just trying to get as many rounds as they possibly can. Gunbarrel has been spotted. He's in close proximity. Frozen's gonna try to take down the first player, and he's gonna be able to get it. But another trade. This is just beautiful, the way that they're able to find every single one of these trade ups and roundups. Swing out from the side. Assassin's gonna be able to shut it down. And for now, Aku
Spike planted.
is trying to be a little bit of a criminal of his own, but his position's being given away, and Kyochi opting to go in for the reload. You'll know exactly where the members of this attacking side is going to be coming in from. And Aku has the position of one. Kyochi's going to be able to retaliate to shut down another. And with this, they're easily going to be able to hold. Turret's going to be good for one. Boosted wall's going to be the thing that shuts down Blast. 0 and 2. A very respectable start from the members of Dreadnought. It is a respectable start indeed, but is it a start that you can really rely on just yet? Not exactly, because you need to wait and see exactly how your opposition will play this one down through. Now that the buy rounds have come in, things can pan out a lot more differently, and this could spell doom if they're not careful. Slow take up from the side though. So, slow take. Looks to be in a much more interesting way. Shadow working his way up. It's a good angle over onto one, but again, boosted. Wow, just every single time he's able to be such a pain. And the man's just going in and wrecking house. Takes down 2 kills simultaneously. It's so simple, so systematic. And he just knows how to take these fights, take these swings, man. He just does not miss. Looking for even more to get. Pushing his way up. And Ice. Maybe he takes a frag on the side. He does, but again, this one frag alone doesn't really get you the round now, does it? Seems to be a lot of extreme packet loss issues. Sorry though, ladies and gentlemen, but there's not much that we can do here. The stream is very much stable, but the game, yeah. Welcome to the life of .internet, it seems. Doesn't really get much done. Complete turnaround and a run towards the back. The last 2 members are opting to go in for a save. Smart plan from ZeusaberZ, but again, the members of Dreadnought, they're just casually walking in towards the open sidelines. And I have to remember that without an initiator, they're purely relying on face peaks to get them a lot of these wins. You don't need to challenge them on very open angles. You can play around corners, try to catch them apart, play for the off angles down beautifully, and that should be the thing that you're trying to put in for. But it seems a little bit off when you consider that the members of ZeusaberZ are going in for plays like this. It doesn't feel right. And unless they change something soon, it may be a lot more horrible for them down the line. Very slow play from the attackers, not really opting for the aggressive one stance that they went in for previous rounds. This time around though. So instead he wins the race with the push-up coming in from Judgment. They want all the corners as much as they possibly can. They know for a fact they do not have an initiator, and without this initiator, it just causes even more problems. Aku is tagged down to great levels of HP. No one's going to be able to heal him back up, and Roy needs to make his way in with his buddies on his side. This will be a frag over towards a couple, but again, nothing to be found just yet. They're running down the clock quite heavily. With 50 seconds left, they have an opportunity jumping towards the vent side immediately if they want to. And I do believe they're waiting for the second smoke to come in from Assassin before they opt to go in for a rush. They need 1 kill to maybe make a difference here. But Roy, he's going in, and the top of the killjoy hat has been spotted. But Roy, he's not going to be able to find anything. That's sad. That's rough. Still towards the back of side. There's one more player to check. Aku's going to be able to take down one. Ice is going to be good for another. But my god, Frozen, you're an absolute Chad and a demon when it comes down to those plays. Gets another one for himself, and now Shadow. As the aftershock in hand, trying to spot out a couple of more. Spike's gonna get picked up, and he's gonna try to run on back, but the timing's not gonna be in his favor whatsoever. He's gonna drop their bodies, and now Judgment. He's been good, he's been fly, but against Kyoji, that's just not gonna happen. Good plays. And a 1-3 scoreline with the members of the defense being able to come in for a retaliation. The flash was strong, and the way that they played it slow instead of opting to go in for swings, I loved that. They understood that, hey, Judgment, very predominant player, he can easily turn things around on his end just by getting 1 frag. That's what Arena does. He just needs 1 frag to start snowballing things out of control. To play it slow and play it steady, the edge that they needed there.
Don't get in my way.
especially with this Viper Spit and getting complete mid control. Ice can easily hold this Viper Spit down on his own sideline, and he really does not have much to worry about. Ice, what's the game plan here, buddy? Because on the other side, we see that Boosted WoW again just casually walks on in and gets the camps that he wants. I don't really understand this, but somehow Boosted WoW is able to do this every single time. And this is what really tickles my fancy every single time I watch this player. The way that he's able to get these type of frags, it's just not common. And immediately frozen. Gonna be able to shut down another voice. Gonna finally be the one to take down Boosted WoW, but again, they leave one person left to be desired. And Ice, yeah, buddy, you're heading on towards that A side, but only 2 players systematically dismantle the defense that could have been held there. The spike planted on the other end. Ice, he has a very steep hill to climb over towards the other end.
Here.
Placing sentry.
Teleport's ready.
The other side, though, we do see a very hyper-aggressive push coming in from Frozen to try and maybe get an advantage for himself. Does get the first, looking for the secondary, but Kyoji's going to be the thing that shuts it all down with Roy on the back end. We need people to make sure that no form of a refrag comes in. 2 guns getting picked up on from the side, but again, we do see Boosted WoW being right around that first initial little bit of an edge. But look at the mid push. This mid push is going to be so good. The timing is everything. He's able to gain something out of this. No, he doesn't really get anything. Shoot, but again, Boosted WoW takes down 2 players immediate. Has the perfect angle, has the perfect corners. But again, 1 member still in towards the side. Assassin needs to be the one to bring this. Is he going to clear it, though, is the real question. This is such a favorable fight for Assassin if he has the timing for it. Works his way up, cleared out all of the corners. He just needs to get the perfect timing over to 1. He does get it. The free side entry for them. And now Aku, he's all the way over towards the other side. He's to make his way back and to go in for a complete turnaround from here. It seems like the most impossible task for the man in yellow.
Last player standing.
It's just not gonna happen. The refrag potential is just way better. Unless he hit an absolutely nutty flick and a straight transfer over towards the second, he had no business getting this round at all. That's gonna be a change-up, and a 1-5 scoreline now favoring the members of Dreadnought. This is something I did not expect, because ZeusaberZ, they should easily be the ones to take this one, because they're on the defensive side, so they should be on the winning end, but seems like Dreadnought, they have a plan that even ZeusaberZ not meant to be prepared for. I counted them out, especially because of the composition. Their attacking side would be a little bit weaker, but again, it's all about winning these gunfights from time to time, and Aku showed exactly why. It's gonna be the one to do it. Shadow not between a rock and a hard place here. Oh my god! He's gonna be able to shut down See, and that is something that I'm pretty sure he's kicking himself for. Frozen now in a tough spot. How do you really want to get out of this one here, buddy? Because Ice making his way around, and the completity of the side has been opened up. It needs to be good for another beautiful flick over towards the face of Shadow. Doesn't really even expect it. The site's empty. I'm pretty sure they know, but they need to be vigilant in the way they clear everything out. Frozen has the timing, possibly a kill, doesn't really get it. He's gonna need to dip out immediate.
30 seconds
Pipeline's
left.
gonna go in. That's perfect. They have a couple of guns to work with for the attack. They've
Spike
made their way
planted.
up. No other gun in the hands, and Haku's the only one who has it. Try and make things work out for them. Timing is everything. Timing is crucial. It's gotta be good for one. Gotta be good for the second. Beautiful plays from the side of Frozen. This is the man that you need in these hours. And hey, he's able to come in. Beautiful. 1 and 6. My God. Are the members of Dreadnought out here to play? A little bit too close for comfort, I would say, though, personally, because this was an equal round, but this could be good.
Let's go. Spike dropped.
Another push up on from the other end. Judgment. Takes a bit of a chunky amount of damage. 69 HP over towards the other end. But they're in a pretty bad spot because
Get out
that
of my
killjoy
way.
lockdown would have been so important to the way that they could have played, but now that they don't even have that, it's a pretty tough call, and
You want to
they're
play? Let's
completely relying
play.
on their players to make their way in. And Roy, free kill over towards the one, and I think that Frozen's pretty much dead. But oh wait, no, Roy, he needs to make his way around. That's going to be a call coming in from the defenders that possibly they could be shifting over towards the other side, but they're waiting until Frozen's going to be able to
30
find
seconds
that first
left.
initial kill. Slow push up from the side. Ice is not going to be able to find this angle whatsoever. There's nothing to work with, but Assassin! Yep, that's not a good
Spike
clue.
down mid. Out of
It's gonna be a
target.
costly one as well for them to hold. G good for another. And now it's all up to Frozen to get the side entry over onto 8. They're gonna be able to gain it more than enough time to go in for the plan because Frozen's the one who got caught. And will he be able to perform a miracle once more, especially with the operator in hand? This may be the most surprising feat of all. Frozen, how incredible can you be with this operator in your side? Again, the timing is not gonna be his. And it's all up to Z offline. Has an operator in hand. Good for the first. Not gonna be good for the second though, buddy. It's completely caught out.
Thanks.
With that, they get another frag, get another kill.
Team
And
Ace.
they also get another round.
Like clockwork. Out of charges.
Can I get this?
Turret out. Thanks. Placing alarm bot. Placing swarm grenade. Quick peeks now.
Boy though,
You should
looking
run.
for another kill from the side. Yep, Bronson's gonna be able to dash in and find another one. Beautiful plays from the other side. Able to find the frags, they're able to find the kills. They're looking for even more to gain here, but they need to run out in towards the side. Shadow, beautiful frag over towards one. Then with that first initial frag, they're gonna be able to make their way in. Good plays, good shots, but Frozen. Too much of an aggressive peak. He could have played slow with his friends here on the back. Assassin's gonna be able to retaliate with a little bit more of his own play, and now they're looking for even
One
more.
enemy
Possibly
remaining.
another kill up, possibly another roundup, but boosted. He's always good in these clutch situations, but especially with the flash in his face, he's not gonna be able to get much done. 2 and 6.
Swarm grenade out.
Jumping down over to a 3 and 6. ZeusaberZ, they're back over on the top. And Aku going in for his usual little bit of a friendship dance, showcasing to Boosted wow exactly who's the bigger boss.
Turret out. Placing alarm bot.
Toxin screen down.
Nice. Going in for a heavy presence over towards mid-side point. This presence alone can cause quite a lot of commotion on the other end. Buys have been picked up though, you have to remember. The attackers have taken all of their weaponry in for this fight, and this could easily go haywire if they're not careful. Doesn't look that good from them, and Aku over on the other end wanted to go in for a couple of frags of his own because of that flash, but
They found
doesn't
my
really
trap.
gain much at the end of the day. Very close proximity engagement, and Z Offline can't even push his way up. That trap was there to try and figure out his position, but with the Viper now holding inside of the Viper's pit this aggressively, just doesn't look that good now, does it?
30 seconds left.
Maybe another
Here.
push up, but this push seems to be close to impossible. Aku's gonna be stuck in the corner to try and maybe survive this endless play, but with so much time being wasted, this is just even more of a problem, ladies and gentlemen.
10 seconds
More of a
left.
push up, more of a roundup, but that was a bad flash, and that flash is gonna be a costly one. But again, Judgment's not gonna be able to make its way in
Spike
properly. A
down, B.
beautiful rolling thunder to slow down the players even further, and the spike line could not be made through. They waited way too long for this play, and this play alone could have easily gotten them another round, but waiting for the last 30 seconds for an execution is just not how it goes. They fall victim. It's questionable.
Turret out.
On my way.
Back into the match, ladies and gentlemen. Got a little bit of lemonade for myself, so that should be good. But again, Roy
Spike
seems as though he
down
has
A.
something else to say about my lemonade. He doesn't like the fact that I picked something up because his operator.
Here.
He's picking up a couple of more bodies on from the side. Shadow.
Right there.
It's gonna be on the back end and possibly able to get some utility round, but this first initial operator kill can easily turn the tides here. That one kill was very necessary. You have to remember that this is one of the main reasons why this competition has a chance of falling off. You're relying completely on dry peaks to get you so much of your kills. And when you're not able to get much done, you're just gonna crumble under the intense pressure being put on by players. So have utility to force you off of these close proximity angles. Again,
Here.
how do they want to push their way in? Judgment has a corner, has a good fight over on towards one possibly, but nope, not gonna
30
happen.
seconds left.
Crossfire is
Down
just
A.
way better. Frozen's gonna be able to take down Kyochi, but the last two members, they are very far from any form of redemption here. They need to make their way towards B and go into the awaiting arms of Aku. There's all of his utility just waiting
Turrets
for them to
destroyed.
walk straight into this crossfire.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Slightly little bit of a whiff coming in from Aku, but it's okay. 3 members still very much alive. And the round is winnable, mind you, by the members of Dreadnought. But it already does depend on how well this bottom side hole of hell really go for them. It's everything here, and Frozen's gonna be able to find a headshot. And that headshot is clean. Dash reset allows him to get out unscathed. Shadow doesn't really have a lot of utility, and Z, he's making things work out for them. It's all about the timing. It's all about wasting it. But Roy,
This?
Sixth Sense working in beautiful. Goes around the back end corner, takes out Frozen from the side, and that's a good play. Sabers, they take another round. And 5 and 6 is on the
You guys
scorecard.
suck.
You have to remember the composition that they are running
Last
with the double
round
duelist
in the
comp
half.
is very weak on the side of attack against an initiator-based composition. They're playing much more based upon the comfort and the potential that they can run their way towards side. But the thing is, it always just does not work. I hope they can pick that up soon.
Let's fly. Get out of my way.
Judgment's trying to make his way in for another. Frozen's gonna be able to take that one, but again, it's a brute force their way in towards the side. The Nice looking for another kill. Completely falls asleep on the angle there a little bit. He's gonna get caught out, but Roy is still able to find the retaliation kills that he needs for his team. Looking for one more. Aku nearly gets popped there. It's on very low HP, and it seems to be a 7 and 5 scoreline regardless. Roy knows the exact position of Judgment, but he's gonna make his way in to try and go in for a kill. Does get the right kick of 1-to-1, but
Calling my bot.
has a perfect
Bomb
angle.
grenade
He's on the crossfire. Again, these crossfires
Switching
are just so
sides.
beautiful from the members of Dreadnought. They know exactly how to play around one another. That's what I love to see. 7 and 5. Things getting closer and closer to it. Approximation one step at a time. Now that another pause has been taken in, the teams, they're going to mentally prepare themselves for one more joust. Just now with the side swap, things could go south.
Placing sentry. Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
back towards the match. You can already see a very aggressive takeover on the one side, and they're just gonna try to keep on going. Frozen's gonna be able to take down Roy, tries to dip himself back out over towards the other end. Doesn't really work out in his favor whatsoever. They're looking for a couple of more frags, and they're possibly gonna be able to get it here as well. Over towards the other side, they're gonna try to run their way in, but again, the offline doesn't really have the bullets to make this one work, or the gun to try and push his way in. That's by the first kill, and my god, balls of steel on this man to find all of those frags, and now they're looking for even more. Boosted wire around the corner, spots on one player, beautiful headshot over onto one. And with that headshot, he's gonna give up the ghost, and that ghost alone with judgment on his side can turn the tides here. Snowball effect just by getting one kill over towards the face of Shadow. If Shadow dies here, that's a pretty big hit. Shoulder was spotted. Maybe one more peek, and that peek is gonna be the thing that costs him over on the side. And on the front again. But no, that just does not happen. They're gonna clear out from the back here and over from the left. Naku's gonna be able to find another frag up. And my god, he's not gonna get cleared out fully, and that's a pretty tough one to get. 6 and 7, ladies and gentlemen. Members of ZeusaberZ. They started their attacking half with a bang, especially with the breach on their side. They have a way of brute forcing their way in that the members of Dreadnought before did not really have a safe way, at least, because they were relying on kills. But for ZeusaberZ, they can rely on creativity.
Placing alarm bot.
Seems like the attackers bit a bit more than they can chew there. Immediate teleporter over onto the other side. They're looking for even more to get here.
Here.
Yep, that's the shoulder spotted. Aku's gonna be able to find a free kill. 3, 2, 1. That's a tap. The face. Yep, there's that. You know that he doesn't miss those ones, but Frozen over from the side is trying to be a little bit of a nuisance. The OG though doesn't really miss those bullets out, does he? Comes in from the side, gets a couple more frags. Now,
Teleport's ready.
already want to push your way in. No bullets whatsoever to work with. One person with the Spectre. They need to gain all of the value right here, right now. Zero fly. Trying to give away the positions as fast as possibly can. Swing out from the other end, and that's gonna be beautiful with the tap over towards the other. But no, the spray transfer does not connect, and Aku, an absolute demon to get those two forwarding taps over towards the players. That's the aim to do it, man. This guy never fails to deliver.
Alarm bot out.
They are so dead.
Wilson just doesn't really miss them, especially when he has the guns in his hand. He's been such a good player in these type of high pressure situations. He is able to gain all the frags.
One enemy remaining.
One by one, he's
Spike
dropping the
down,
bodies,
B.
gets a 3K, but gets a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too early. An Assassin Zoo with a swing shuts him down and takes him back. 7 and 8. And they get all the frags that they need to get their bank in check and
Gun here. A gift. Perfect. Bonne chance with
Early
any.
operator pickup though from CL.
Teleport's ready.
Turret out. Watch this.
recipe.
Assassin's is going to be able to retaliate, getting the other enemy smoker down early. But I think that Roy's going to be Roy has an easy opportunity to find another frag for himself. Judgment needs to dip himself out. Maybe playing a bit too aggressive here and a bit too dangerous. Yep, that is going to be an issue. One person's going to get dropped, and now Frozen's in a pretty tight spot of his own. He needs to worry about two separate sidelines, possibly a push coming from one end to the other. So what's the call here? How do you want to make your way up? It's currently your team.
Initiate.
30
falling
seconds
into
left.
A little bit of a loop. Build on top of that. Or are they gonna do it?
Flash out.
It's all up to Frozen here. It's gonna be the first. He's gonna need to
Spike
play
down
around and
B.
possibly get a secondary. Doesn't really get much done. And Aqua's gonna be the thing that breaks him. Side entry is very
10
much
seconds
dominant
left.
in. Judgment,
Spike
the fact that
planted.
he's able to make his way up so smoothly, they're not gonna expect him. He can work his way around one step at a time. Killjoy's gonna try to retaliate over from the other end, but this double boost is just too
Placing
last
good
player
to be
standing.
true.
Placing
And yep,
alarm
they're
bot.
not really gonna be
Alarm
able to
bot
get
down.
much done out of that. It's a double boost, possibly a frag over from the side. Good angle, good crossfire. 9 bullets left in the magazine. Possibly a frag over into one, but that's all that you're gonna be able to get. Push in from the side, possibly one kill. Doesn't really even get that. Aku's gonna be beautiful with a nanoswarm placement to get that first extra frag up. Man, oh man, this Killjoy is just a different thing.
Turret out.
Cover going out.
Let's tap to his face. Revenge kill for Yoshi there. He's looking to get that one for a while. This Assassin's been an absolute menace. So many of these rounds to Kyoji. Taking out the smoke early is possibly one of the biggest downfalls for any team, but the fact that they have the Viper so very much present on the server, it's even more pain and even more hurt. It's all after Z offline. He needs to get that first kill. It's not gonna be good from his part. They're gonna drop because of it. It's another one they get killed out. Frozen's gonna be good for one more every single time. They take the side entry. Frozen's able to get one frag, but to try and survive that onslaught, doesn't really have the backup to do it. Defenders in a tight spot, no real way of pushing their way in. Boosted WoW. Only with a Bucky in hand. Will be able to get himself an upgrade to possibly maybe go in for a try, but a try against a team that has already this much dominance over you. It's starting to build up, and you can see exactly why. They don't really have a lot of different ways to stall their opposition. Yeah, the chamber is pretty good at stalling, but the fact of the matter is they're playing it a bit too aggressive for my liking. And that's one of the main reasons why this is all happening. They need to slow things down. Going for a little bit more of a slower pace here because
Turret out.
Right here. Enemy down.
Defenders are just giving away too many of these fights, and I don't really like this. So many engagements being given away one at a time, every single time it's all here. I don't really see this working out for them. They're just waiting for the defenders to walk into their open sight lines. They are doing so willingly. Run over towards the A side. The B side's going to be stacked up. That's the call that you would give when you are in such a tight position. But ZeusaberZ, they're reading the members of Dreadnought like an open book. They're dying because of it.
Placing swarm grenade.
One enemy remaining.
Swarm grenade out.
Placing sentry.
Now, you do see a little bit more of a dicey situation from the other end. Operator finally has been picked up by Judgment, and with this op, he needs to try and find dividends. Unless he's able to exact divine punishment with that operator, Judgment will be passed. So at this point, the members of ZeusaberZ, they're playing so slow that they're waiting for them to come into their open arms. That's what's really giving them the edge here. There's so many of these different opportunities. The push up from the back as well, it's just kind of falling into place one by one. They need more to work with, and currently for them, they don't really have much. The opponent's just waiting on the other side of this territory, just looking to be in
30 seconds left.
Off your feet!
It's not just able to get much done. Small increments here and there, but how much more can you really get away with? Timing is everything for them. They're gonna try to go in for a push up from the side, but again, Aku's gonna give away his position a little bit too early. Also, he would have gone for a full-on swing. Doesn't really get much done. Again, one from the side, one from the back end, one from the top. Beautiful shot coming in from Judgment to take down one. Looking for a secondary. He's not really gonna be able to get it. And finally, last player remaining will be Shadow. Good for the first, but not good for the second on the spray transfer. Well made for the members of Dreadnought, opting to play for a full-on retake instead of playing aggressive, and this is exactly what I want to see coming up from them. Do not let your opposition have an opportunity to push your way in. And even if they do push your way in, you have the man advantage. You have opportunities to become the attackers because your opponents are going to be low on their utility when they are trying to push it towards the site. And because of it, Dreadnought, they will come back from a pretty dire situation.
Alarm bot out.
So on that end, they fix their issues,
Placing swarm grenade.
but
Placing
for how
swarm
long?
grenade.
That's the real question.
Watch this!
Roy though, beautiful swing. Immediately just jumps out of the corner and just storms to people. Assassin trying to be a bit of a smart criminal officer. It's the back his way up though. Possibly finding him a bit more than he can chew here if he's not careful. Wait, he's play all of this. The offline over towards the back end, past the headhunter, and could start things off fresh if he's able to find a kill, but is it an easy kill to get in these type of situations? Not exactly. The headhunter
30 seconds left.
is a very powerful weapon, but a weapon that requires insane levels of precision. Nearly gets the timing of 1-to-1. Doesn't really find out much here though, but with this judge, maybe he can do something a bit more deadly. Doesn't really happen. Again, these swings are just perfect from him.
10 seconds left.
Every single
One
time he
enemy
also takes a
remaining.
swing, he knows exactly how to play around with it. But with the operator getting dropped so early, Boosted, wow, he's stuck in a position where he can either choose or possibly maybe save this operator from his teammate. I do believe the operator's on B heaven, but the timing's not going to be there. Boosted Wad's going to be good for 2 though. My god, this guy just knows how to hit shots.
Initiated. Placing sentry.
Getting slapped to the face over onto a double. The Killjoy lockdown's just gone. Done and dusted. No way to push your way in here, buddy. Spotted out 1, possibly getting a kill onto the first, but I believe that's it. 1, 2, 3. Possibly a death from the side, and he's just playing time. Aku's just being an absolute demon here with the other end. He's playing around with his feelings to send him back home.
Last player
11 and 9,
standing.
ladies and gentlemen. Members of ZeusaberZ, they're all able to show up beautifully here on this map. Frozen and Boosted Wilds have been completely pulling their weight in so many regards, but on the other side, ZeusaberZ, they're playing like a complete and utter unit. That's what I love to see.
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
Sentry.
Yoshi again catches out Assassin straight through the smoke.
Blocking sight.
Good spam over into one. That spam alone just gives everything away. What more can you get here? What more can you find? For a possible pickup over towards the speed side line. They're gonna make their way in, but Boosted
Swarm grenade
That's
out.
the corner, but how much can its utility even slow them down? So much being thrown into their face, and Boosted Wall's gonna be good for the first, possibly good for the second. He's been so good in these defensive situations to be an anchor for the team. And with this anchor, they're able to find so much value in so many different situations. Aku, though, again, dangerous as
One
always.
enemy
Gonna be able to
remaining.
shut down another, and it's all up to the guy in the trench coat to possibly take
30
this one
seconds
back.
left.
It's offline. He's been having a pretty rough game, not really getting a lot of frags that he
Spike
would have
planted.
wanted. Headhunter also not working in his favor, and the match just been completely shut down. The Chamber, very powerful agent to play around with, but today for him, seems to be his main curse. It's the opportunity to jump down, timing's already been given. More utility being thrown. Headhunter doesn't really get much. 12 and 9, and the members of ZeusaberZ,
Swarm grenade out.
they're looking to close things out with a
Match
shutdown.
point.
Turret out.
Recalling my bot.
They are so dead.
Got one.
the Zeo flying
Spike
finally
down,
came
B.
online here with the
One
operator now in
enemy
his hand.
remaining.
They're able to find the frags that they need. Ice, though, stuck in a pretty dire 1 versus 4 situation. Had the possible timing over into one, but beautiful quick scope. My God, when it comes to Zeo offline and its operator, this man just does not miss. The 2-4 is coming in handy for his end. And with a 5 versus 5. Turning it down over into 3 versus 1 instantaneously, just by halting a very aggressive push. This is what you would want from a double central composition. And that's the thing, this composition finally is coming online after a pretty long while, but with only 2 more rounds to separate both of these teams from possible overtime. One of them need to crack. Which one will it be? The members of ZeusaberZ who are opting for a very slow play over from the other side. They do have very weak buys. You do have to remember that these buys could be a problem for them down the line. But again, it's all about the first initial couple of frags that they just need to gain. And Judgment's been such a pain in their side. Kanaku, go for the first kill. Doesn't really have a lot of bullets to maybe go in for a double. TF9's gonna take him out. 12 at 11. Buys are gonna come in one more time over from the back. With this, again, slightly closer.
Acting sentry.
Rosen has an operator and a vandal on his side. So
Together.
things look to be a little bit more different. Much more powerful defensive hold. With this, what's the real game plan? How are they gonna play this? They go in for a very aggressive play over from one side over to the other. Is it going to be a much more one-dimensional play with the Rolling Thunder catching out the players on heaven? What's the call? What's the play? It all starts here for ZeusaberZ because they have very powerful ultimates in their arsenal, while the defense have absolutely nothing to stop them. And if the utility usage is on point, ZeusaberZ, they can easily take this win. There is no way, statistically at least, where the members of NEV can even get anything done. So offline's gonna be able to make its way out. That's a good amount of space being gained. Mid control established, but how much is mid control even helping?
Off your feet!
Beautiful rolling thunder to catch out all the players and force them in towards the back. Orbital strike very much present to try and hold down the sidelines for even longer.
30 seconds
And now,
left.
that's where the real fun begins. All of the sides have been covered. Here comes the operator over from the back end. Beautiful forms of utility being thrown. The Viper Spit also present inside of the side, so you can already see where the problems are going to start to arise. How do you want to retake this? Yes, you have 5 of your members very much alive, but you don't really have a lot of utility to push your way in. Frozen though, beautiful with the frags. Aku's going to be the thing that shuts him down. It's 3 versus 4, and I don't really know how they're going to take this one away. Gonna give away a lot. The turret's gonna be able to catch up another one of these players. The turret's just an absolute menace in these type of situations. Even more sound cues being given away over from the back end. Aku's gonna be good for another, and Shadow's gonna
Attackers
be
win.
in for the 13 and 11, man. And ZeusaberZ right at the very end, they based upon their ultimates, and the ultimates are the main thing that really did push them over that hurdle. It's done and it's dusted. I have to give it to the members of Dreadnought. They tried their hardest, but a couple of the players were just not able to match them. But you can match the mark as well back at home, ladies and gentlemen, by checking out all the links down below in the description. Get yourself the Logitech product that you have been at for a pretty long time. But for now, it's going to be your boy ZeusaberZ signing on off. Thank you all for stopping by. Good night and happy gaming, everyone.